We will be talking about some instances where celebrities have spoken up about how they have been badly treated by Ellen on her show. Make sure to stay around to the very end so you don't miss out on a single one. Number 15, Mariah Carey.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
It's too early for me. I only drink it after 3 p.m.
Yeah.
When Mariah Carey came onto the show as a guest, Ellen took things really far and kept on asking her intrusive questions about her pregnancy, which wasn't even confirmed at that point. In fact, Ellen probably wanted to just force her into revealing the big news on the show itself, which was way beyond the professional capacity and yet very embarrassing for the singer herself. In fact, she was visibly uncomfortable about the entire situation. As if what she did wasn't enough, Ellen took things too far when prompting Mariah to have a glass of champagne. Wondering why? Well, in case you don't know, alcohol is strictly prohibited for someone who is pregnant. Well, it really was bad. Number 14, Hasan Minhaj.
Everyone that says your name says Hasan Minhaj.
Yeah, but the real way you pronounce it, and this is a big deal because my parents are here, it's Hasan Minhaj.
It wasn't probably the first time for Hasan Minhaj when someone pronounced his name wrong, but you certainly don't expect someone like Ellen to make that mistake, at least not more than once. When Minhaj came to the show, Ellen initially told him that she was a fan of his show Patriot Act on Netflix, but it didn't feel like she respected him when she kept on saying his name wrong. Minhaj, however, didn't let go of the opportunity to roast people like Ellen, albeit lightly, who seemingly had trouble in pronouncing names of people of color, but didn't face the same trouble in the case of white people. Number 13, Dakota Johnson.
Inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who
'Cause I
doesn't
didn't
want to
even
be
know you-
invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Ellen complained that she wasn't invited to Dakota Johnson's birthday party, right after which the actress came to the show. Dakota fired back saying that it was Ellen who hadn't replied to her invitation, and went further to say that she had another comic artist perform at her party who she claimed was her favorite. Ellen visibly recoiled at this backfire, and in all honesty, she pretty much deserved it. Number 12, Ariana Grande.
3 years ago.
It was, yeah.
So you've been friends, and then all of a sudden now you find out
This
that-
is so crazy. I've never,
Ariana Grande has often said that she faces problems with anxiety at times during interviews. However, that didn't stop Ellen from asking her nagging questions about her association with Mac Miller, which made the singer quite uncomfortable and visibly embarrassed. She somehow managed to tackle it, and Ellen didn't even seem a bit fazed by her discomfort. Number 11, Taylor Swift.
Giving weird interviews in a slick, cool sweater, and it gets kinda weird.
On one of the episodes of The Ellen Show, Taylor Swift and Zac Efron had sung an improvised version of the song Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People by changing the lyrics, and clearly they had targeted Ellen as asking for nosy and intrusive questions. Ellen must have realized it, at least her expression indicated that. However, she was not at all fazed by this and kept asking Taylor the same questions about Zac the next time she was on the show. Number 10, Justin Bieber.
they hide in boats and pretend to be fishermen, and we're like, you're paparazzi. I mean, we're pretty good at it. How did you not see that there was paparazzi there?
If we're talking about Ellen embarrassing and putting her guests in uncomfortable situations, she did with Justin Bieber when he came as a guest on her show. She was discussing the release of his latest album with him, while all of a sudden the topic was switched to how there was a leak of nude pictures of Justin by paparazzi when he had gone to a beach. And as if discussing this on live TV wasn't enough, Ellen even went to the limit of pulling up those pictures on a huge screen in front of the Full House audience. Justin was clearly very embarrassed and couldn't stop himself from remarking why Ellen thought it was okay to be bringing up pictures like that. And sure, we agree, it was clearly pushing it very far. Number 9, Mark Ruffalo.
Jerry Jones, who owns the Dallas Cowboys, and we went because we wanted to keep up with the Joneses.
Mark Ruffalo didn't want to consider Ellen's claims on trying to be very friendly and a nice person as a general. Well, she certainly tries to let on that she is friendly with everyone, but after some photos of her resurface with former President Bush, who is an alleged war criminal and has a lot of records against him, actor Tim Robbins also voiced the same opinion in a BuzzFeed interview, and Susan Sarandon also took to Twitter to say the same. Number 8, Celine Dion.
And they make sure that the hair is forward. So they really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then when school starts, the school says, no long hair.
Celine Dion is not someone you can mess with easily, especially if it's the way in which Ellen treats her guests. So when Celine was a guest on Ellen and she made fun of her son for having long hair, Celine did not let it slide that easily. She made a clear point that her son can take independent decisions regarding stuff like that concerned him, and Celine was not going to interfere in that. clear word spoken, and Ellen probably understood that she may have crossed a line there. Number 7. Kathy Griffin. This is one of the boldest instances when a celeb stood up to Ellen for her behavior was when Kathy Griffin wrote in her book Celebrity Run-In about a particular daytime talk show host. She said the person she was talking about was blonde and was particularly known for her mean side, which is a stark difference from the nice and charming on-screen personality that she leads on. No one was really surprised when she revealed later in an interview that the person was in fact Ellen, because, well, there had been a lot of instances where Ellen was showcased this particular side of her character. As expected, Ellen was furious at this, and it's really no surprise that Kathy never actually got called onto the show. Number 6. Caitlyn Jenner.
Parents, and you have kind of stayed away from the press other than the ESPY Awards and Diane Sawyer, but how do you feel?
In 2015, Caitlyn Jenner made an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. She was seen talking about her transition. She also expressed her conservative views on marriage and claimed to be a traditionalist. The entire interview was incredibly awkward to watch as both parties were visibly very uncomfortable. Later, Ellen revealed in an interview that she thought Caitlyn might have been having a problem with Ellen's own orientation. After all, she did say that she had traditional views on marriage, but also claimed that she supported same-sex marriage. Number 5. Callum Scott. Back in 2016, emerging on his way to be famous, British singer and songwriter Callum Scott faced some intimidation on The Ellen Show. Like so many others, he's an equally great fan of Ellen, so on the show, it was quite starstruck just to be able to be physically present there. However, it wasn't as enjoyable for him, as he was told by the producer of the show, just before getting onto the stage, that he was, under any circumstances, not to look at Ellen in the eye, as he later revealed in an interview. So it was quite natural that he felt that he wasn't quite properly treated on the show, neither by Ellen herself, nor by her production. Number 4. Blake Shelton.
To remind that, she could give to him that the clock is ticking, that time is passing. So I gave her that clock, and literally like a week later, he proposed to her.
Ellen tried to make fun of Blake Shelton by referring to why he was not yet proposing to his girlfriend. Well, you can't just make such comments about someone's personal life, especially if said person is a guest on your talk show. But that certainly didn't stop Ellen. However, Blake was not about to let her indulge in this. He reiterated, saying that Ellen had earlier promised to get him a gift that was yet to be received. That visibly threw Ellen off. Number 3. Nikki DeJager.
Oh, so nice to meet you.
Oh my God, it's an honor. I'm like, can you pinch me, please?
Yes, I can.
Oh God, it hurts. It's real. Yeah.
Dutch makeup artist Nikki DeJager had been one of the few celebrities who spoke about Ellen's not-so-nice side in front of the media. Nikki is quite famous herself, having run a successful makeup blog from over the years. She had come out to her millions of subscribers on YouTube as trans, and had appeared on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. The interview itself didn't count for any awkward encounters or embarrassing situations, but as Nikki later revealed in an interview at a different place, going to and appearing on The Ellen Show had been a pretty weird experience for her overall. Ellen herself was quite rude and intimidating, and overall wasn't actually as nice of a person as she let on. Number 2. Katy Perry.
Here's an idea that I can help you find a new boyfriend and raise money for the Boys and Girls Club at the same time.
Is this a setup?
Yes, it is.
In spite of claiming that she and Katy Perry were friends, Ellen actually forgot that she had in fact been married previously with actor and comedian Russell Brand when she came to her show as a guest. In fact, the marriage had ended in a divorce, and this entire incident formed a very prominent episode of Perry's life. But apparently, Ellen had absolutely no recollection of the incident whatsoever. Things were even more awkward as Russell himself had been on the show previously. Ellen probably realized that this certainly is not how you treat your friends and apologized, but it did not really help in clearing things up. Number 1. Priyanka Chopra.
I was cut off. I was cut off from that. I guess I should have.
We were so offended that you didn't even respond to our invite, though.
That's not true.
It's so true.
When Priyanka Chopra Jonas came onto the Ellen DeGeneres Show just after her grand 3-day span wedding to Nick Jonas, Ellen made it a point to call her out for apparently not inviting her to the occasion. Priyanka, however, didn't give in to that, but in fact made it a point to state quite clearly and boldly that she and Nick had indeed sent out an invitation to her, but it was Ellen who actually didn't even consider it necessary to reply to their invitation. She said that it was quite rude of Ellen in handling the situation the way that she did. Ellen was visibly thrown off and quickly changed the topic. Hey, at least she deserved it. Go on and click on the videos on your screen and we'll see you there.